Thank you, Miss Allen. Welcome, 12:20 game, second game of pool play. KC Hockey Club ready to face off the West Dundee Leafs. KC takes the ice in the white sweaters, and they're on the ice, ready to go with a 3-minute warm-up, and we'll get started. There you are, buddy. A few members of the squirt team here cheering on the Pee-wees. Both Kansas City clubs up here for the same tournament. About a half a minute remaining here on the warm-up clock. About ready to get underway. Warm-up clock has expired. About ready to get underway. KC with a 5-4 victory yesterday in their opening game of pool play. 2 games today, a 12-20 game. Starting here in a few minutes, followed by a 7:30 game this evening. And then potential for up to 2 games tomorrow. Eager will be in net today for Kansas City on this first game of pool play. Or first game of the day, I should say, on pool play. Alternating. Yesterday, Stetzer got the win. 5-4 victory over Peoria. West Dundee, team out of the Chicago area. In the blue sweaters today. Eager heads to the net. The team breaks the huddle, and we are about ready to get underway here. KC goes with their usual starting lineup. Barron and McClin on D. Smith will take the face off. He's got Allender and Bacta on his wings. Face-off controlled by Kansas City. Barron chips it up the right side. Just out of his reach, though. Lost the handle on it. Went into the offensive zone, but picked up by West Dundee. Leafs will circle behind their own net, trying to break it up the near side here. They get it out over the blue line, into the neutral zone. Good back check there by Smith. He disrupts the play. McClin there as well with Bacta. They chip it back to center ice. West Dundee sends it right in. Turned aside by Eager into the corner. Leafs chasing after it, trying to get something set up. Picked off, though, by Allender on the far side. Trying to play it back to the left D. Play was busted up by Kansas City, and Smith chips it out. Smith trying to kick it ahead to himself, but Leafs regain control at the neutral zone. Over the red line, outlet pass right over the blue line. Little chip shot, turned aside by Eager. Behind the net, picked up by McClin. McClin trying to chip it into the corner. Line change for KC. Hargadine and JC are on the ice. Bacta heads to the bench. Full line change now. Second line on for KC. Hargadine chasing behind the net. JC there with pursuit. He pokes it away, regains control just inside the blue line. Shot from JC looking for a top right corner. Glove saved by the Dundee goalie. West Dundee goalie hangs on to. We'll get a face-off here just under 12 minutes remaining in this first period. Phillips and Weisner on D. Hargadine to take the face-off. KC wins it back to the point. It's chipped around Phillips, and Leafs are all the way into the offensive zone. Good back check there by Weisner. Shot far down, right underneath the crossbar. Incredible effort there by the forward. Streaking around the KC defense. One man to beat. Quick shot over the shoulder of Eager. And that makes it 1-0. Leafs on the board. Incredible effort there by the winger. KC trying to regroup. Let's see if they can answer. They win the face-off. Powell picks up the puck at center ice, trying to chip it ahead to Myers, just out of his reach. Leafs regain control in their own zone. Picked off, though, by Kansas City. Trying to get a centering pass, looking for Logan Weisner behind the net, but he got poke checked away at the last second. A little wraparound attempt right in front. Trickles through the crease. Great attempt there by Johnson. Puck trickled through the crease. Good wraparound attempt. Back checking is Weisner. Powell and Hill back on D. Poke check by Logan Weisner, and he clears the zone. Dundee Leafs have to wait, get back onside. They chip it back in. Loose puck picked up. Poke check there by Hill, though. Good job by Hill to disrupt that. Little battle in the near corner here. Johnson's lost his stick, trying to pick it up. Kicked around behind the KC net. Powell trying to chip it ahead to Myers. Myers flips it up and out of the zone. He clears the zone. Right on target, no icing. Turned aside by the Leafs goalie into the near corner. Smith forechecking, trying to apply some pressure. Leafs played into the neutral zone. Turned aside by McLean. Dungey tied up on the blue line. They poke it ahead back to Smith, just out of his reach. Picked up by the Leafs. They'll dump it right back in. McLean will pick it up. Sends it back out of the zone, looking for Smith. Smith taps it over to Dungey. Dungey's got Brown in tow. Poke check picked up by Smith momentarily, but got tripped up with Dungey, and the Leafs in the other direction. Two Leafs collide with each other. Down hard. Lost his stick. Neutral zone pass over to Brown from Dungey, or from Smith. Over to Barron. Barron down into the slot. Quick shot. Loose puck in front. Rebound covered up right under the right leg pad. The Leafs goalie. Good opportunity there for Kansas City. A quick shot by Barron. A rebound came bouncing down and just kind of nestled under the right leg pad. Covered up by the Leafs goalie. Just under 10 minutes remaining in this first period here. KC with some good pressure. Just haven't found the back of the net yet. Johnson to take the face off. He's got Bakta and Allender on the wings. Face-off controlled by the Leafs. They break it to the neutral zone, into the Kansas City zone on the near side. Forced wide by McLean. McLean takes him into the corner with Allender. They drop it back to the right D. Pass over the left D. Pressure by Bakta trying to disrupt the rush. Bakta picks it off. Bakta's got Allender with him and streaking to the neutral zone on the left side. Bakta over the blue line. Poke check by the Leafs. They disrupt the rush and send it right back out, but Barron's there to try to chip it back in. Picked up by Leafs at the neutral zone. The streak right back into the Kansas City zone. Weisner is there. He'll come away with it. Weisner comes away with it. He chips it ahead looking for Bakta just out of his reach. They do clear the zone. Loose puck trying to chip it ahead to a streaking Weisner, but poke checked away by the Leafs. They'll play it over the right side. Couple of quick moves. Picked off. Touch pass over to JC. JC's got some room. He's right through the middle in the slot. Quick shot by JC, and he scores! Jackson JC puts Kansas City on the board, ties it at 1-1. Neutral zone turnover. Quick touch pass to JC, and he struck right through the middle. Beat the defense, beat the goalie on the right side. KC has tied the game. Great move by JC there as he picked up that loose puck at center ice. Broke right through the defense. Beat the goalie on the right side. Hargadine with pressure in the offensive zone. Leafs retreating behind their own net. Hargadine just about had it picked off behind the net. They played all the way back to Phillips. Phillips trying to find an outlet pass here. Picked off there by the Leafs. They'll send it back down low, but picked off by Weisner. Weisner circles around, evades some traffic. He plays it off the boards looking for Howard. Howard trying to chip it off the boards looking for JC again. Just a little out of his reach. Picked up by the Leafs. Leafs will play it off the boards. Howard there as well. The puck comes all the way back to Phillips. Phillips plays it cross ice over to Weisner. Weisner looking for an outlet off the boards over to JC. JC dumps it in. He'll head back to the bench for a line change. JC's off. Smith is on. Howard in the near corner trying to dig it out of there and set something up. Phillips on the point. Weisner there as well. Good poke check by Smith trying to keep it alive. He'll chip it down low for Howard. Howard sends it below behind the net. Weisner chasing after it. Myers on the ice. Howard off. Phillips off the ice and Hill is on. Loose puck at center ice. Picked up by Weisner. Chipped aside. Some traffic there. Picked up by Hill. Hill trying to get around some traffic. He'll dump it in to keep the play onside. It circles behind the Leafs net. Smith back there. Great poke check by Smith and Myers there to keep the play alive. They keep it down low. They play it back to Hill. Quick shot from Hill. Blocked by a Leafs defender. Comes over to the near side. Powell with the slap shot. Loose puck right in front. Got chipped behind the net. Good shot by Powell to just throw pucks at the net and see what happens there. Got tipped behind the net. Leaf players lost his stick. One of them comes away with it. They flip it up and out of the zone. Smith picks it up. KC back on sides. Just barely offside. Just barely offside. Looked like Myers was trying to get across the blue line right when Smith entered the zone. So offsides call. 7:09 remaining in the first. 1-1 your score. We get a face-off just outside the blue line. Face-off controlled by the Leafs, but KC jumping right through the traffic, trying to keep something alive there, but eventually picked up by the Leafs. They rush the other direction. 88 for the Leafs, forced into the near corner. McLean takes him wide, centering pass picked off by Johnson. Johnson circles behind Eager, brings it up the right side. He's over the blue line into the neutral zone. Pass over to Bakta. Bakta streaking across the blue line. He's got Dundee in tow. Quick shot blocked by a Leaf player, never made it on target. Johnson digs it out, plays it back to Bakta. Trying to get it back to the point, comes back to Barron. Barron plays it back down low. Cleared out by the Leafs player. Went off of the stick. A blind pass got chipped off of his stick. McLean sends it back up to Dungey. Dungey backhand pass, trying to get it up over to Bakta. Bakta chips it into the zone. He'll head back to the bench for a line change. Fresh leg for Kansas City. Smith on the ice. Pass intercepted by Dungey. Dungey will send it back down low, but over both red lines, and that'll be an icing call on Kansas City. That'll bring the faceoff back down in the KC zone with a little over 6 minutes remaining in the first period. Barron and McLean are your defenders on this shift. Smith will take the face-off. He's got Allender and Logan Weisner on the wings. Face-off momentarily won, it looked like, by the Leafs, but KC jumped through the traffic and picked up the loose puck. Dumped back in, centering pass by the Leafs, gets kicked aside. Logan Weisner on the near side. Smith there as well, along with McLean. Dug out by Logan Weisner, trying to play it through some traffic. Leafs tie him up in the corner. Loose puck eventually dug out by the Leafs, but they get jammed up again by KC. Smith plays it up, trying to get it out. Comes back to the point. Wide shot. Turned aside by Eager. Might have been a little bit on target. Looked like it was wide, but right leg pad save. Eager kick to the side. Clearing attempt. Comes all the way through center ice. Allender with good forecheck pressure there. Turned aside by the Leafs. They'll pick up the loose puck in the neutral zone. Shot, little floater. Eager tried to get a glove on it, but it was wide right. Picked up by McLean. McLean trying to skate it up. Bouncing puck. Quick shot saved by Eager. A dangerous chip shot there. Bouncing puck got picked up by the Leafs. They turn around right underneath the faceoff dot. Quick shot, but Eager was up to the challenge. Hangs on to it. We got a faceoff here with a little over 5 minutes remaining in this first period. Hargadine takes the faceoff. We'll do it again. I think somebody broke early. They'll switch it up. They'll have Howard take the face-off now. Hargadine's back to the wing position. Weisner and Phillips are your defenders. Face-off controlled by Kansas City. Hargadine digs it out behind his net, trying to play it over to JC on the far boards. JC trying to chip it ahead. He gets it over on the near side or the far side to Weisner. Loose puck. Hargadine trying to chip it through some traffic. Across the blue line into the offensive zone. Landon Weisner dumps it down low for Howard. Howard behind the net. Centering pass right in front. Picked up by Hargadine. Loose puck in front. Shot. Rebound. Right in front. Kicked aside by the Leafs defender. Phillips will chase it down just over his own blue line. Trying to evade some traffic. Phillips a backhand pass over to Weisner. Weisner looking for an outlet pass. He finds Hargadine right on the blue line. Just off of his stick as a bounce. Clearing attempt. Does not get out. JC keeps it in. Hargadine trying to dig it out and find a pass. Create some space. Touches it back down to Weisner. Weisner will circle behind the Leafs net. Weisner trying to play it back to the left point. He'll pull back, circle back down low. He plays it off the boards over to Hargadine. Back out to JC. JC in the slot. Shot. Glove save. Great save by the Leafs goalie. Quick shot by JC. Right around the crossbar level, but a glove save by the Leafs goalie. Hangs onto it. We got a face-off here with 4:11 remaining in the first period. Good pressure there by Kansas City. Couple good looks. 1-1 in the first period. KC plays it back to Hill on the left point. Shot blocked. On its way to the net, went wide left. It's in the near corner. Myers trying to chip it back over to Johnson. Johnson trying to evade some traffic. Loose puck in front. Brown there trying to chip it in. Loose puck picked up by Johnson, trying to get a shot off, but poke checked away by the Leafs, and they come the other direction. Myers back checking. 2-on-2 for the Leafs, and Powell chips it aside. Myers, Powell, and Hill back for Kansas City. Big tie up on the near side. Johnson there as well. Loose puck trickles out of the zone. KC clears it. Play it back to the left D and right back over the blue line. In and out of the zone a couple times. The Leafs will regroup at center ice. They're trying to get an outlet pass over here to the right wing. Sloppy pass, couple of poke checks here by KC, but it's chipped right back in the zone, down to the face-off circle. They'll play it back to the left side, looking for a shot, blocked by Dundee. Dundee with a great block. Leafs will have to regroup, comes right back to the neutral zone. Circling around, trying to find some space. They play it up to the left wing. Good poke checks by KC, some fresh legs on the ice. Smith on the ice now for Kansas City. Leafs chip it in low on the near side. Hill picks it up, he'll dig it out of his own corner. Hits the brakes, plays it back to Bakta. Bakta trying to bring it up the left side. Bakta's out of the defensive zone into the neutral zone over the blue line. Bakta streaking down, face-off circle, shot. Glove save. He hangs on to it with no rebound here. 2:40 remaining. Quick rush the other direction by Kansas City with a quick snapshot by Bakta. Covered up, we'll get a face-off here. The last couple minutes of this first period. Johnson to take the face-off. McLean and Barron back on D. Allender and Logan Weisner are your wingers. McLean plays it back down low, looking for Weisner. Just out of his reach. Leafs trying to clear it out. Comes back up the boards. McLean's there to pinch down and keep it alive. Logan Weisner sends it behind the net, trying to keep the play alive in the offensive zone. Leafs trying to clear it out. Good pressure there by Johnson and Weisner on the near side. They'll circle all the way around, goes back to the point, but it's kept in by Barron on the right point. Barron chips it up, a little backhand pass, trying to keep it alive. Leafs try to clear it out. Barron sends it right back in. Loose puck, took a funny bounce, almost came into the slot. Johnson and Allender, a little give and go behind the net, playing it right back up front. Good one-timer for Weisner right there. Good shot. Loose puck, hit some traffic and never made it on target. Good puck movement there. One-timer for Weisner. Chipped aside. Leafs with a quick shot right on target. Eager turns that aside, sends it behind the net. Johnson there trying to clear it out. Loose puck right in front, right on target. Great save by Eager. One-timer attempt there from the Leafs. Eager was up to the challenge. Another centering pass picked off by Barron. He backhands it up and out of the zone. They clear it out. Leafs back checking just across the red line. Line change for KC. JC on the ice. Hargadine on the ice. Leafs will send it in behind the net. Bangs off the side of the net. McLean and Barron trying to dig it out behind the KC net. Hargadine comes away with it. He skates behind Eager. Trying to clear it out up and off of the boards over to JC. JC through some traffic into the neutral zone. Chips to the head, picked off by the Leafs. Outlet pass to the neutral zone. Slap shot coming, blocked by Barron. Doesn't get through. Great job by Barron to block that shot. Weisner picks up the puck. Gets played off the ref's skate. Disrupts that rush. Weisner regroups, chips it up the boards and out of the zone. Weisner plays it off the boards again, looking for JC, just out of his reach though. Bangs it off the boards a little too far. Under a minute remaining here in this first period. They chip it ahead to Hargadine. Hargadine trying to get around some traffic. He'll play it off the boards. One player back for the Leafs. Pass almost picked off by Howard. Howard trying to jump that pass here. 30 seconds remaining. Leafs down to the face-off dot. Centering pass right in front, picked off by Phillips. Phillips with a good stick there right in the crease. Break up that play with a good pass there by the Leafs. Phillips is there to disrupt it. Hargadine flips it up and out of the zone. Right on target. No icing call. 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Leafs cleared out. Comes all the way back to the neutral zone. Phillips corrals the puck in his own zone. He'll flip it up and over looking for Howard. Good backhand sauce just over some Leaf sticks there to clear the zone by Phillips. Loose puck chipped aside by Eager into the corner. And that'll do it for the first period. Good pressure both directions. Very evenly matched game here. They're not keeping track of the shots, but it feels like pretty similar efforts on both sides for the shot count. Good pressure both ways and a lot of quick breakouts on both sides of the ice. Head coach John Scott Dixon on the bench for Kansas City. Also among the three amigos, Ryan Galt, Matt Stevenson, all involved in the KC hockey program for a long time, all on the bench today for today's game. Squirt's in town, so when the games line up, we get all the coaches. Teams will flip the ice, head the other direction. Goalies are ready. Referees are ready. Smith will take the face-off with Bakta and Allender. Powell and Hill are your defenders on this first shift of the second period. KC digs it out. Bakta chips it over the blue line into the offensive zone. Leafs chasing after it. They'll circle behind their own net. Smith with good forecheck pressure. He forces a pass into the corner. They're trying to chip it out, but it kept in by Powell at the point. Powell shot, tipped, almost. Dangerous tip by the Leafs defender. He got a stick on it. Very well could have tipped it into his own goal, trying to knock it down. Offsides, back and forth over the blue line there for the Leafs. Face off with 12 and a half minutes remaining, just 30 seconds into the second period. Good shot by Powell back in that last rush from the right D. A dangerous tip by the Leafs defender. Back underway here after face-off. Leafs control. They play it from the left D, right D over to the left D. Just over the blue line, he'll dump it in. The puck circles behind Eager. Picked off by Hill behind his own net. Hill and Powell trying to give and go back over to Powell up the left side, looking for Bakta. Kept in though at the point. Leafs dump it right back in. Looking for a centering pass. Smith and Powell applying pressure in the far corner, trying to break it up before the centering pass happens. Leafs trying to come away with it. A couple poke checks by Kansas City. Bakta ties it up on the far side as well. Leafs trying to dig it out. Right D pinches down. He'll pull it back to the blue line. They'll play it back down low, but chipped right back out by Powell. They clear the zone. KC's killed that effort. Right back to the neutral zone, trying to find it on the stick for Smith, but poke checked away. Leafs across the blue line on the left side. Drop pass for the left D. Left winger, I should say. He'll chip it in down low. Right behind Eager, circling behind the net, trying to set something up. Good pressure there by Powell behind the net. He plays it over to Bakta. Bakta plays it over to Hargadine. Hargadine trying to get through some traffic. Hargadine's over the red line into the offensive zone. He pulls it back, toe drag, backhand attempt, flip shot, saved by the Leafs goalie. Good attempt there by Hargadine. He got through all that traffic and got a backhand shot away. Turned aside by the Leafs goalie. Weisner digs it out. Weisner plays it off the boards for Howard. Howard chips it into the zone. I'm going to call an icing call here. Just over the red line when he dumped it in. That'll bring the face-off back down to the left of Eager. Just over 11 minutes remaining in this second period. Phillips and Weisner are your defenders on this shift. Hargadine to take the face-off. He's got Howard and JC in support on the wings. Hargadine wins the face-off back. Phillips picks it up. He'll backhand it around some traffic. Over for Weisner. Chips it ahead to JC. Back to Hargadine. Hargadine over the red line. Into the offensive zone. He pulls it back through some traffic. Trying to find some space here. Hargadine pulls up on the far side. Sends it on target. Kicked aside by the Leafs goalie. Trying to clear it out, but good pressure in the far corner. They'll play it around. Weisner's here to try to pinch down and keep the play alive. He comes back to the point and out. Leafs clear the zone, but good back check by JC. JC him all the way back. They'll play it back to Phillips. Turned aside by Eager. A little trouble with the exchange there, but Eager kicked it aside. Leafs play it back to the left point, trying to get a quick shot on target. Turned aside by Eager. Stick save. JC digs it out of the corner, trying to play it up for Hargadine. Hargadine breaks it out of the near side. He's across the neutral zone. Sauce pass over some traffic looking for Howard. He finds Howard on the left side. Howard trying to throw it back on net. Hit a Leafs defender, didn't get through the traffic. Leafs play it up and out of the zone. They'll dump it into the far side. Weisner chasing after it. Weisner beats his man there. We're going to get a penalty here on the Leafs. If they touch it up, they'll blow it dead. Delayed call. And the Leafs touch it up. They'll blow that dead here. Looked like one of the players got a tripping call here as they upended, I think, Hargadine going into the boards. KC will go on the power play here. They did not start the clock again? I've got like 9 minutes remaining and getting some extra hockey here. The rink only shows 10 seconds. Getting some free hockey here. The arena clock says 12:49, but which would mean there's only been 11 seconds on the period expired, which has definitely been more than that. I show about 2 minutes into the period. We'll see what they end up doing with the clock here. KC definitely going on the power play. They've not figured out the clock to get the penalty on there yet either, but there's definitely a game clock issue. Now they've got it at 12:50 actually. They've got one clock showing 12:49. They've got one clock showing 12:50. Neither one of which are accurate because there's been a fair amount of hockey played in the second period already. I'll just keep my clock frozen where it is until it comes down to the same period, the same point. Quick shot by Weisner and he scores, immediately capitalizing on the power play. Face-off win back to Barron. Over to Landon Weisner. Landon Weisner beats the goalie on the top left corner. Now it's 2-1. KC goes up with the immediate power play goal right after the face-off. And again, no time expired apparently. So it's still 12:50 left in the second period. KC up 2-1 now. All right, so I've set my clock at 12:50. I'm not sure at all what time is actually on the arena clock. Now they're doing a little bit of a reset on the board, as you can see. It's when all else fails, turn it off and turn it on again, right? We do know it's 2-1. We have no idea how much time is left in the second period. We'll see. All right, we picked up some time. Now it says 12:52 remaining in the second period. It's kind of comical, actually. No idea what's happening. Bonus time here, free hockey. All right, we're trying to make a little sense of this here. They've got the period right. We'll call the time roughly right, I suppose. All right, I'll square that clock up. They say it's 10:07. Sure, good enough. KC controls the face-off. Allender across the blue line. He's got Barron streaking down. A little backhand pass, trying to get into Barron, and he's right on the crease there. Chipped aside by the Leafs. Barron floats back to the D position. Johnson rolls back down into the slot. Centering pass, fires it on target. Kicked aside by the goalie. Right leg pad saved by the Leafs goalie. Trying to chip it through some traffic. McLean got a stick or a skate on it. Leafs dig it out, though. They'll chip it right back into KC zone. Good back check by Smith. Smith trying to tap it ahead to Johnson. Johnson on the near side, east of the neutral zone. Allender pulls up on the blue line to stay onside. Johnson into the offensive zone. He'll circle back. They'll play it back to the point to McLean. McLean plays it over to Barron right on the blue line. Shot from Barron. Glove save by the Leafs goalie. Good puck movement by KC and a quick shot from Barron on the point. Leafs goalie hung on to it. 9.5 minutes remaining in the second period. We'll get a face-off here just outside to the left of the Leafs goalie. Hargadine to take the face-off. He's got Howard and JC with him on the wings. Powell and Hill are your defenders. Hargadine wins the face-off back to Powell. Powell trying to chip through some traffic, but the Leafs jump through it. They'll chip it into the neutral zone, streaking down the left side, down to the face-off circle. Tough angle shot, great back check by Powell, disrupts that. Sends the shot behind the net off target. Loose puck picked up by the Leafs. Shot on target, turned aside by Eager. JC there to poke that out of the way. Leafs will play it back to the point, though. Shot from the left point, turned aside. Trying to get a tip there. Got turned aside. Hill in a little battle in the crease there. We're going to get a penalty here. Might send them both off. We'll see what happens. There's a little back and forth tussle. Yep, they're going to send them both off. Hill got tied up there in the crease. Protecting the house right in front of Eager. Doing his job as a defender. They'll send them both off. Offsetting minors. We'll still play 5-on-5 hockey with offsetting quits on the minors. Hill goes off with just under 9 minutes remaining here in this second period. Powell and Wisner are your defenders now. Hargadine to take the face-off with Howard and JC. They're ready to go. Penalties aren't quite set up on the board. They got one of them set up. There's 2 penalties happening, but only one showing on the scoreboard. 5-on-5 hockey nonetheless. The apprenticeship going on here in the scorer's table continues. Loose puck picked up by Howard. He skates it into the neutral zone across the red line. On the far side in the offensive zone, tied up on the far boards. The Leafs come away with it. They'll dig it out, send it behind their own net, trying to chip it around some traffic. JC was back there as well, but the Leafs come away with it. Leafs up the left side. Pass right to the neutral zone, picked off by Howard. He touches it right back over to Hargadine's over the blue line. He's got JC. Hargadine looking for Howard. Quick shot on target, loose puck, backhand attempt by JC, goes wide. Good quick puck movement there, a couple cracks at it. Powell pulls up short, quick shot, goes behind the net. Tough angle, but Karam's all the way back to the point. Wisner sends it back down low for Hargadine. Hargadine behind the net, trying to get around some traffic. Hargadine looking for an opening, sauce pass over, looking for Wisner, but a Leafs player got a stick on it and disrupted that pass. Wisner circles around some traffic. He'll play it up the boards. A little touch pass on the right side to Hargadine. Hargadine's over the blue line, down to the face-off circle. He'll pull up, shot on target. Saved by the Leafs goalie. He hangs on to it. KC with some more pressure in the offensive zone. Trying to stretch that lead out. No lead is safe, as we found out yesterday. Felt really comfortable at 5-1, which quickly became 5-2, 5-3, 5-4. They hung on for a 1-goal victory last night. So 2-1, certainly not enough yet. KC trying to keep the pressure up. They'll play it back to the point. Phillips looking for a shot. Goes off of a Leafs player. Gets blocked into the neutral zone. The Leafs player plays it up, but picked off by Barron. Barron chips it back on the far side for Logan Wisner. Logan Wisner on the blue line. Chips it into the zone. Smith and Barron there on the far side, trying to chip it back down low. They send it back behind the Leafs goalie. They'll bang it off the boards, trying to clear the zone, comes all the way back out of the blue line. Smith and Myers there. Phillips back checking, poke checks it away, taps it over to Smith. Loose puck picked up by Barron. Barron's got a head of steam. He's headed across the red line. He's got Logan Wisner in tow. 2-on-2 break. Barron pulls up, quick shot. Just goes wide right. Logan Wisner picks up the rebound. Chipping it down low in the corner, trying to find some space. It play back over to Myers, but goes off of a Dundee Leafs player's skate, and they'll head the other direction. Phillips back on D, ties up a man on the near side. Wisner there as well. Phillips plays his man into the corner. Three KC players there trying to tie it up. Gets chipped back down by the Leafs though. Phillips chasing after it. The Leafs player takes it behind the net, circling behind Eager, looking for a centering pass. Comes all the way back to the left point. Quick shot. Eager trying to get a glove on it, but I don't think it made it through the traffic. Loose puck picked up by Barron. Barron again across center ice. All alone. 3 Leafs players back. Barron takes a shot, gets poke checked though. Didn't get really on target. Smith forechecking. Brown there as well on the near side, trying to dig it out. McLean back on the point. Smith digs it out. Tough angle shot. Smith shot it through the crease, goes on to the far side. They chip it up and over the glass. We get a high stick there as Powell got a stick on it, but it's picked up by the Leafs. No call. Left side pass down to the face-off circle. Quick shot turned aside by Powell. Great poke check by Powell. Brown comes away with it. Brown across the blue line, trying to clear the zone. He does clear the zone, but back-checking Leaf player picked up the puck and intercepted that. Leafs will dump it into KC zone from just under the red line. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Little touch pass up. Brown trying to clear the zone, but the Leafs pick it off momentarily. KC trying to clear the zone, but it's kept in by the Leafs. They'll dump it behind Eager. McLean chasing after it. McLean trying to get it ahead to Johnson. Picked off again by the Leafs. Down to the face-off circle. Little floater. Trickles all the way to the left side. Not really on target. Dangerous little bouncer there, though. The Leafs come away with it again. They try and play it back to the left D. Dump it back down low. It circles behind Eager. McLean in a battle behind the net. Dundee there as well. KC trying to clear it out. Goes off McLean's leg. Good block there by McLean. McLean trying to touch it up past the blue line, but it's kept in by the Leafs. Right D over the left D. Back to the right D. Quick shot. Glove save by Eager. He'll hang on to that one, and we'll get a face-off just to the left of Eager. Fresh legs coming on the ice for Kansas City. That was a long shift. Offsetting Miners are over. Hill is out of the box. Still full strength, had been full strength, but the Miners over and Hill goes back to the bench. They'll toss out the players. Fresh set. Bachta now takes the face-off. Bachta bends it over to the left side, trying to find it. Phillips poke checked away, centering pass turned aside by Wisner. Loose puck picked up by Smith. Smith getting through some traffic. He's got Bachta chasing with him on the left side. Smith is over the blue line, down to the face-off circle. Got tripped up right in front, and they score! Delayed penalty coming up, but nonetheless, they wave it off as a centering pass over to Bachta, I believe, got the goal. Smith got upended trying to make the centering pass. He got it over to Bachta. He puts it in the back of the net. 3-1. They wave the penalty off. KC stretches his lead out to 2 goals. Great effort there by Smith as he got upended on his way to the net. Referee put his arm up immediately. Still had enough on it to get the centering pass over to, I believe that was Bachta who put it in the back of the net. Face-off controlled by the Leafs. They play it back to the right defender, but just out of reach. They'll have to circle back in their own zone and regroup. Bachta with good pressure there. Forcing a pass, and Wisner picks it off and dumps it right back in, but just over the line was Allender. Offsides call for Kansas City. Face off one back to KC. Phillips picks it up the left point, plays it off the boards, looking for Allender. Chipped ahead by Bachta. Leafs send it right back out. A wave off icing as it went under Phillips' stick. May have been tipped by Phillips, so no icing. Wisner digs it out, trying to play it up the near side. He gets it over to Smith. Smith across the blue line. Here we go again. Smith on the right side. Another backdoor pass. Shot. Saved by the Leafs goalie. Great puck movement by Kansas City. Smith digs out the rebound, plays it right back to the slot, but nobody home. Picked off by the Leafs. Good battle there with Smith on the near side. Leafs come away with it. They dump it down low, trying to get a centering pass turned aside by Eager. Stick saved by Eager. JC digs it out, plays it up the boards, trying to get it up to Smith, but kept in by the Leafs. Leafs will play it back down low. JC chasing after behind his own net. He'll chip it ahead, looking for Howard. Not quite there. JC picks up his own pass, skates it up, trying to get out of the zone. We're going to get a checking penalty here as soon as the Leafs touch it up. Leafs player I believe that was JC they checked into. JC back on his feet. Got hit hard. It's kind of favoring that side there. But referee talking to the Leafs player as he skates him off to the bench. KC with a 1-second power play the last time. Capitalized. Pass from Barron over to Weiser and a quick power play goal. Let's see if they can do it again. Penalty on the Leafs. They'll bring the face-off back down to the offensive zone for KC. Hargadine to take the face-off. Weisner and Barron are your defenders. For some reason, waiting on the Leafs to field the team here for the face-off. Not sure what's going on. All right, well, they're going to get an offsetting penalty here, apparently. They've got Barron going off. So the face-off may not be in the offensive zone for Kansas City. Let's see what they do here. All right, they'll face it off just outside the blue line here. Five-on-five hockey again, offsetting penalties. No man advantage for either team. Leafs come away with it. They skated through the neutral zone on the left side, looking for a centering pass. Picked off by Powell. He kicks it aside to the crease. Leafs chase after the far side. Hargadine's there with Powell as well. Powell digs it out. Touch pass over to Hargadine. Hargadine trying to skate it out of the zone. Just gets off his stick momentarily, but he finds a way to regain control. Taps it over to JC. JC will dump it in. Howard chasing after it. It circles behind the Leafs net. Leafs trying to play it up and out. Picked off by Hargadine. Hargadine trying to dump it back down low, but picked off by the Leafs. Leafs skated out of their zone into the neutral zone. Across the red line. Powell back checking. JC there as well. Leafs dump it behind the net. Picked off by Weisner. Landon Weisner plays it up on the far side for Howard. Touch pass right back to Weisner. Kept in by the Leafs. Quick shot goes wide left. 2:40 remaining in this second period. Leafs play it around the KC net back into the far corner. Little touch pass back down low, but Hargadine's there. He chips it ahead looking for Powell. Powell trying to play it ahead to JC. JC picks up the puck across the blue line into the neutral zone. JC on the right side, pulls it around some traffic. Into the slot, loose puck, backhand shot, turned aside by the Leafs goalie. Didn't get a lot on it, but enough to get it into the crease. Howard picks up the puck on the near boards, trying to play it back down low. Smith there in support as well. Leafs dig it out, though. Leafs trying to chip it off the boards. Comes back to the point. Kept in by Hill. Hill picks up the loose puck. Shot right on target. Saved by the Leafs goalie. Good job by Hill there. Found a lane. Had a quick shot just outside the faceoff circle. Minor penalties are over for Barron and number 45, I guess. Can't really tell on the Leafs player, but both of them are back out of the box. Smith will take the face-off for Kansas City. He's got Allender and Johnson on the wings. Leafs control it. They play it up and out of the zone, streaking through the neutral zone off to the right side. The chip pass intercepted there by Hill. Hill and Smith with a good poke check disrupted the rush. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the second period. KC touches over to Smith. Smith gets it a 1-to-1 stick. Smith on a little breakaway here. He's one-on-one. He's got Johnson in tow. Pulls it back. Quick shot. Loose puck in front. Smith sliding through the crease. Did a good job to get around one defender. Shot turned aside by the Leafs goalie and a long outlet pass the other direction. Going to do an icing call here as the Leafs trying to clear the zone and get an outlet pass, but behind the red line. It's the first touch. Went all the way across the second red line. That brings it back down with about 90 seconds or so remaining in the second period. Face-off in the offensive zone for Kansas City. Weisner and Barron back on D. Smith wins the face-off back momentarily, but poke checked away by the Leafs. The Leafs send it around their own goal. Johnson's there, intercepts it. Johnson digs it out, trying to play it back down low. He gets tripped up, trying to play it back to the point. Allender comes away with it. Allender trying to chip around some traffic. The Leafs player gloves it down momentarily. Good pressure by Kansas City. Barron is there as well with a good poke check. He keeps it alive. Barron's across the blue line. Jumps through some traffic. Barron trying to get into the slot. Pull the trigger. Poke checked away. Barely offsides there as Weisner was streaking back. Brown chipped it into the zone just about the time Weisner was one step away from getting back. Offsides call. 56 seconds remaining in the second period. Myers on the wing, on the near side. Logan Weisner on the far side. Landon Weisner picks up the puck at the right point. He'll dump it in. Circles behind the Leafs net. Logan Weisner chasing after it on the far side. Smith there. He digs it out. Circling behind the Dundee Leafs net. Trying to do a little drop pass back to Logan Weisner. Logan Weisner picks it up. He'll circle around some traffic. Trying to find some space. He plays it back to the left point to Barron. Quick shot from Barron. Blocked by the shin guard of the Leaf player on the far side. It's dumped back down low where the Leafs pick it up. They'll circle behind their own net. They play it through the crease. Dangerous spot there trying to bring it out through their own crease. Weisner keeps it alive. Kept it inside the blue line. 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Smith ties up in the corner. Myers trying to dig it out. Loose puck eventually pulled out by the Leafs. 6 seconds remaining. They'll skate it out of the zone and they'll dump it in. Burn some clock and that'll do it for the second period. Referees had their hand up. Technically, probably about 2 seconds left for an icing call, but they let the clock just expire. Crack squad on the scoreboard here. Did not expect them to stop that clock in time. So, period expires. We head into the third. KC with a 3-1 lead. Squirt Team fan club here, cheering on the boys. Four or five kids from the Squirt Team here supporting the Pee-wees. Stutzer staying loose there on the blue line. Just out of the frame, there he is. Old Maxey, always moving. Staying active. Horn blows. Break the huddles. Ready to go here in this third period. Nobody touches up the pads. Fist bump for Eager. Here we go. Third period, 3-1. KC with the lead. See if they can add to it. And we're underway. KC wins the face-off. They play it back to Barron. Barron streaks right through the traffic over the blue line, trying to get through some traffic in the slot. Kicked aside in the last second there, but a good poke check by the Leafs. Dug out, though, by Smith. Smith over to Allender. Drops it back down. Loose puck picked up. Shot. Going to call it a hand pass. Should bring the face-off outside the zone. KC gloved it down, but you can drop the pass to yourself after using your glove. Just can't do a hand pass to a teammate. So it's like the referee thought. Puck came down after a hand pass. They blow it dead. Whistle brings the face-off outside the zone. KC controls. Barron chips it in. Right back out by the Leafs, though. Loose puck trickles all the way back to McClin. McClin plays it over to Barron. Barron on the far side, over the red line. He'll skate around some traffic, trying to play it over to Bakta, but the new poke check there by the Leafs. They disrupt that rush. From his knees, Smith plays it over to Barron. Barron touches it back to McClin. Over to Allender. Allender trying to chip it up the boards, looking for Smith. A couple Leafs players there. They disrupt that play. Right off the bench is Hargadine. He picks the pocket right over the blue line. Hargadine into the offensive zone. Poke check there at the last second. The Leafs disrupt that one. Leafs player picks it up, tried to send one on target, but picked off by Weisner. Weisner circles behind Eager up the right side. They'll play it off the boards looking for JC, but picked off by the Leafs. They keep it alive. JC clears the zone, but back to a Leafs defender, and they'll chip it right back in. Bouncing puck dumped in right behind Eager. Weisner will pick it up. Weisner plays it over to JC. JC trying to get it over to Hargadine. Hargadine on the far side. Just couldn't corral the pass momentarily and poke checked away by the Leafs, but JC comes away with it at center ice. Just over the blue line. Offsides call. Brings the face off just outside the zone here. Phillips and Weisner on the ice for the defensive unit. Hargadine to take the face off with JC and Howard. Hargadine wins the face-off back to Weisner. Weisner will play it over to Phillips on the near side. Phillips outlet pass right up the gut to Hargadine. Hargadine over the blue line, pulls the trigger, shot on target, leg pad save, and he'll cover that one up. Good pass from Phillips up to Hargadine, threads the needle, and this quick shot by Hargadine. Leafs goalie makes the save and hangs on to it here with just under 12 minutes remaining. Face-off in the offensive zone. Hargadine to take the drop. Hargadine wins it back to the point over to Weisner. Weisner around some traffic, plays it back down low to JC. JC will play it back down low to Hargadine. Howard there behind the net, picked up by the Leafs. They're going to skate it up the near side and chip it up and out of the zone. The Leaf player picks it up at the red line. Slap shot coming wide left. Good hard shot, went wide left of Eager, but picked up by the Leafs. At the left point, they keep the play alive. They'll chip it back down low. Right in the slot, trying to get a centering pass there. Turned aside by the KC defense. Weisner on the far side. He chips it over to Hargadine. Hargadine over to JC. JC trying to get it out of the zone, but a poke check by the Leafs. They keep the play alive. Picked up, though, by Weisner. He plays it over to Hargadine. Hargadine over to Howard. Howard across the blue line. Trying to pull the trigger, looking for a tough angle shot. Plays it behind the net. Picked up by Johnson on the far side. Poke check by the Leafs player, trying to clear the zone, but Johnson ties him up on the far side. 3 players from each team on the far side. KC plays it back down low. Howard chasing after it. Leafs players trying to play it behind their own net. Play it into the near corner. Eventually cleared all the way out, but intercepted by Powell at center ice. Powell chips it ahead looking for Weisner, just over the blue line. Weisner comes away with it, trying to find some space here, circling around looking for a pass. Dug out by Powell. The Leafs disrupt that before he could pull the trigger. Leafs chip it up the far side. Myers pinching down. Good forecheck pressure by Myers there. Leafs trying to clear it out. Eventually do back into the neutral zone. Myers with a poke check, trying to play it back to Weisner, but picked off by the Leafs, and they'll sauce it over to the far side. Nobody home, but Hill will chase after that. Hill beats his man to the puck. Hill circles around, evades some traffic, trying to chip it off the boards, looking for Dundee. Hill comes away with it after all that, through some traffic. Hill picks it up across the blue line, looking for a shot down to the face-off circle. Shot blocked by the Leafs defender, doesn't get on target. Hill behind the net, plays it over to Myers. Myers trying to get it back to the point, looking for Powell. Powell got tripped up, picked up by the Leafs player. They'll skate it out of the zone. Good pressure there by Dundee. The good poke check at center ice. Dundee comes away with it. He's across the blue line, down to the face-off circle. Dundee pulls the trigger, wide right, goes behind the net. Just under 9 minutes remaining here in this final frame. Leafs player clears it all the way down. That'll be an icing call if it makes it to the red line, as it does. Icing is the call. 8:43. I'll square up my clock there. 8:43 remaining in the third period.
Take your shot.
Smith will take the face off. Barron and McLean back on D. Dungey and Brown are your wingers. KC wins the face-off back to McLean. McLean will play it back down low. Looking for Dungey. Smith digs it out of the corner. Smith right in front, looking for a centering pass to Brown. Trickles back to Barron. Barron pulls the trigger. Shot on target. Saved by the Leafs goalie. Good quick snapshot there by Barron from the top of the circle. Must have been a clear lane. The goalie saw it the whole time, put a glove on it. And we'll get a face-off. KC again wins it back to the point. Back to Barron. Barron down the face-off dot. Another quick shot, and Barron scores. This one gets through the traffic. Barron beats the goalie on the right side. Quick face-off win. 2 face-off wins in a row. 2 quick shots by Barron. First one saved. Second one gets through. KC stretches the lead out 4-1 here in the third period. A little over 8 minutes remaining. Johnson at center ice. Allender and Buchter are your wingers. Glenn and Barron on the defensive unit. Face-off controlled by the Leafs. They jump right through the traffic. Down low in the near corner here. Johnson trying to play it out. Kept in by the Leafs. Leafs chip it back down low. Buchter there. McLean trying to tie up the Leafs player. Couple from each team tied up on the near side. Leafs dig it out. They come away with it. Trying to get a shot in the face-off circle. They'll play it back to the left D. Shot coming from the left D. Off target. Not much heat on it. Trickles wide right. Johnson chips it over to McLean. McLean trying to play it up the boards. Poke check by the Leafs. Eventually chipped back out of the zone though, and Allender picks it up. Buchter up to Allender. Allender trying to get a little one-timer over there to Barron. Quick shot. Loose puck right in front, and Allender buries it. Allender puts KC up 5-1. Great pressure by Kansas City. Good puck movement. Pass right back in the slot. First shot, I think maybe Barron had the first shot. Went off the leg pad, came right to the back door. Allender sitting there on the near post. He buried it. KC goes up 5-1. KC stretching its lead out. Now they had a 5-1 lead yesterday. This one feels a little different though. The Leafs certainly capable of scoring quickly, but 5-1 late in the game here. 7.5 minutes remaining in this third period. Hargadine chips behind his own net looking for JC. JC on the far side trying to get through some traffic. The Leafs keep it alive momentarily. Eventually chipped out of the zone. No reset. They dump it right back in. Phillips chasing after it in the near corner. Phillips digs it out. He plays it off the boards looking for Howard. Howard turns, spins, heads the other direction, trying to find Hargadine. Ends up on the tape of the Leafs player. Good back check by JC. He pokes it away. Wisner will pick it up behind his own net, circling around. He'll play it up to Howard. Howard trying to get a little touch pass out of the zone. He clears the zone. Leafs player, though, picks it up at the center ice. They chip it right back into the offensive zone. Wisner on the far side. Pressure. Centering pass picked off by Phillips. Phillips plays it over to Howard. Howard chips it ahead into the neutral zone. They clear the zone. Loose puck picked up by Howard. Sloppy pass by the Leafs, and Howard picks it off. He's across the blue line. He'll pull the trigger. Wide left. Bangs behind the net, but Smith is there. Smith trying to dig it out behind the net. The Leafs player intercepts the pass, though. Good pressure there by Howard. Howard heads back to the bench. Myers on the ice for Howard. Loose puck dug out by Smith. Smith around some traffic in the slot. Smith trying to make a move, and he scores! Gunnar Smith puts KC up 6-1. Great move through some traffic. Pulled the goalie up to the center part of the slot, or the center part of the crease, and they went back, tucked it around the right side for the 6th goal of the game for KC. Good move by Smith there. So the goalie was going to try to follow him across the crease. And went back short side, tucked it in as he was falling through the crease. Pretty goal by Gunnar Smith. 5-goal lead. They may run the clock. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. It's certainly running now during the action, but they may continue to run it. Depends on the tournament. Sometimes a 5-goal lead, sometimes a 6-goal lead will result in a running clock. Hill trying to keep it alive. Myers there as well. Leafs trying to chip it out, but Hill keeps it in. He chips it back down low for Logan Wisner. Just under 6 minutes remaining. The Leafs pick it up behind their own net. Good pressure there by Smith. He's not done yet. Long cross-ice pass. The Leafs break it out of the zone. They find themselves behind all the KC defense, and Eager chips it out. Eager plays it up to Myers. Myers chips it ahead. Smith chasing after it on the near side. Foot race to the puck. No icing. Smith gets there, ties up his man. Smith will play it back down low for Logan Wisner. Good effort there by Smith. Taps it over to Wisner. Wisner trying to get it back to the point. He gets tied up. Loose puck picked up. Quick shot. Dundee trying to get a quick shot there. It looks like we may have a penalty. Let's see what happens here. They blew it dead during the shot. So seem to think when KC touched it, some sort of, maybe either a high stick, might have been a high stick. Yep, they blow it dead. No penalty, nobody's going to the bench, but they do pull the puck out of the zone. Potentially a high stick here. Face it off, and the clock is running, so I'll go ahead and square that up. Brown trying to center right in front. Great pass over there. Brown centering it to Johnson. Just went wide. Barron at the point. Barron digs it out. Trying to get a shot from his knees. Barron plays it over to Brown. Brown with a quick shot. Blocker save by the Leafs goalie. Good puck movement and great effort by Barron from his knees, playing a pass over to Brown. Brown with a great shot, but a blocker save by the Leafs goalie. Leafs chip it in low. Johnson picks up the puck on the far side. He's trying to play it around the ref. Kept in though by the Leafs. Dundee and Barron there to disrupt that pass. They break it up. Dundee comes away with it. Dundee chips up the boards, not quite out, kept in by the Leafs. Leafs trying to play it back down low, but chipped out by Johnson. Johnson digs away. 3-on-1 break for Kansas City. He plays it over to Brown. Brown in the slot all alone. Brown going around some traffic, lost the handle. Brown trying to get around some traffic, lost the handle. Gonna get a checking call here on the Leafs as they upended Dungey behind the net. We got a delayed penalty. Barron keeps it alive at the point. As soon as the Leafs player touches it up, that'll be a penalty on the Leafs. Dungey got checked into the boards. They'll blow it dead now. We'll stop the clock for a penalty. Leafs player goes off with 3:32 remaining in the game after they checked Dungey into the boards. KC with a commanding 6-1 lead, 3.5 minutes remaining in this final period. KC wins it back, JC back to Barron. Barron touch pass over to Weisner. Weisner skates around some traffic, buys some time. Plays it back down low for JC. JC in the far corner. He'll touch it over to Howard. Howard gets tied up behind the net. Hargadine is there as well. Leafs trying to clear it out. Just out of the reach. Barron will circle back. They'll reset in the neutral zone. Barron touch pass over to McLean. McLean at the neutral zone, I should say. Touches over to the left side to Howard. Howard down to the face-off circle. Shot wide left. Karam's around all the way to the other side. Clears the zone. The Leafs will dig it out. Good back check, though, by JC. JC over to Hargadine. Hargadine and Howard over the blue line, 2-on-2. Got Weisner in tow as well. Hargadine trying to get around some traffic. He fights through it. Almost comes away with it, trying to get a centering pass there, but poke checked away by the Leafs. Leafs will send it around. Barron's here on the left side, trying to keep the play alive. He'll chip it back down low. Looking for Hargadine. Hargadine centering attempt, looking for Howard. Turned aside by the Leafs. Barron sends it right back down behind the Leafs net. 20 seconds remaining in the penalty. 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. Weisner chips it back down low for JC. Goes off the ref's skate. Unfortunate bounce there. Leafs come away with it. They skate up through center ice. Touch pass up on the left side. They're over the blue line. Barron with a great poke check, though. He disrupts that rush. Leafs at the face-off dot trying to get a shot. Poke checked away by the KC defense. 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Barron picks it up. Barron and JC across the blue line. 2-on-2 break for Kansas City. Barron lets it fly off the glass, just wide right, a little bit high. JC will backhand it back down low and head to the bench. Allender with some forecheck pressure. Goes off his skate. Loose puck right in front. Allender and Smith there. They touch it over to Hill. Hill on the left side. Quick shot. Glove save by the Leafs goalie. They blow the whistle here. Blow the whistle after the save is covered up. There was a late check. Looks like they're going to get the Leaf player for the late check. KC will go back on a power play here. Hill was headed back to the bench there. It looked like he thought he was going for a penalty, but he'll circle back around. Can't quite recall who I saw, but one of the KC players got upended in the crease. Clearly a checking penalty. About 1.5 minutes in the game. 1.5 minute penalty on the board. KC will end the game with a man advantage unless they score. Smith digs it out behind the net, looking for a centering pass, trying to touch it up to Allender. Blocked by the Leafs defense. Allender plays it back down low for Johnson. Back to Allender. Allender trying to play it all the way across the right side over for Powell. Powell the slap shot. Hard glove save. Saved by the Leafs goalie. And they're going to run the clock. Oh, now they're going to stop it. Now they're running it. He can't quite figure out what's happening here. Back squad here in the scorer's booth. Quick face off. Loose puck covered up by the goalie. Running clock here. Half a minute or so remaining. KC wins the face off. They play it back to the point. Kyle on the right D. He'll play it over to Hill on the left D. Hill circling around some traffic. Touches it back down low, looking for Smith or Johnson. Picked off by the Leafs. Leafs trying to play it out. Kept in by Hill. Hill back to Smith. 22 seconds remaining. Chips it up high in the air, up and over the glass. They'll run the clock. That puck went out of play over the glass, but by the time they get this reset, they get a new puck. That will be the end of the game, and KC will just call it there. Time expiring. KC with a 6-1 commanding victory. 2-0 now on pool play. Off to a great start here in Wisconsin. Another game today for pool play. 7:30 tonight, I believe. After that final pool play game, they'll seed them for tomorrow's bracket play. Potential of a couple games tomorrow if they keep winning. We'll see how it shakes out, but one more game of pool play tonight. 6-1 victory. Eager gets the win. KC goes up 2-0 on the tournament so far. Great effort here. Good offensive outpouring. Weren't tracking shots here on the board, but certainly had plenty of them for Kansas City. And a great effort to put the KC Hockey Club up 2-0 in pool play. Six-1 your final. We'll see you this evening. Six-1 your final. We'll see you tonight.